How we doing? It's day 8 of my tank. I can't believe I just did this video for day 7 last night. It was kind of late. I run on Duncan. That's okay. Fuck it. I think most of these tadpoles survive the night. Which is good. They just really don't give a fuck about if they're swimming upside down or just bumping into shit. As long as they're fucking facing upside down, breathing water, that's all that matters. Okay. I don't want to pull him out because I pulled him out last night. That's just clean my hand. He's just like, I'm just trying out. I'm just trying out. Just fuck it. That's the best color I've seen yet for my video on him or her. Whatever. Fuck it. He knows what's up. He don't want to be pulled out again. He's like, I don't like it in here. It's the best you got for me right now. But this now is completely upside down. I understand that. It's completely upside down. Hope it ain't dead. Fuck it. It's not bigger than it looks. Wish I could just get this glare out of there, you know what I'm saying? That's bothering me. This is day 8 on my video. Can't believe I'm making it this far for real. I'm not even bitching about living with animals in a vase, but yeah, fuck it. Yeah, my advice to you is you just getting these mosquito larvae. The mosquito larvae stay in there. Just, your animals don't eat them, Jones. I would suggest to get like a fucking Q-tip and just murder them bitches. Just not worth having any tank. Nobody wants mosquitoes. You'll know exactly what they look like because they be doing this like this one movement. It's like a little squirm movement. It's like where they flex and release, and just and and right before they hatch, they float up to the surface and get real hard. And it's probably your best chance of just getting rid of them bitches. That motherfucker's dead. Someone got bent ass last night. That sucks. Something ate that, John. Look. Remember, this is just an experiment. Things die, decompose, and then John, they're just gonna become decomposed matter. Oh, you got me scared. I thought you jumped out and I didn't see where you go. And that got me scared. If your salamander or your newt jumps out, you got like 3 hours to get them bitches back into the tank, or they're just gonna turn into a nice piece of fucking dog treat plastic. They don't even smell, they just turn into plastic. And they might smell out. Just chances are when you find them Jones, they're gonna be just toasty. Toasty. Oh shit. Well, figuring out the salamander definitely eats the tadpoles, which is bullshit. I mean, yeah, just work my asshole to fucking find this little baby tadpole heavy. And that's just the way of life, I guess. Fuck it. Dead worms, dead salamander eggs, living salamander eggs. system right now. So I'm figuring if they're the size of the salamander's mouth, or anything that moves is the size of this dude's mouth, it's, it's going to get chomped in half. My idea is like, if anything, once the moss and the water start, I won't let the water go down at least about halfway. So when the water gets back right here, you want to fill it back up because you really don't want to lose none of that. The stuff you've been building, like if you just let that deplete, you get down at that, I'm calling this the bedrock area, my clay. Like once the water goes past the sediment, dries out completely 100%, and your plants dry out, you're not going to be able to get the nutrients, that special fucking nutrients you need in the water. Because chances are you're going to drop them Jones in there, especially these little bugs. Put it in there, and the water ain't right. Them things are going to die as soon as they hit the water. It's maybe not the parasites and shit, but at least fucking 65% of everything. I put the tadpoles in there because they're just going to do well in everything they put them in there, especially with the salamander. They really don't need much. As long as they can get wet. Salamanders need to get wet and dry off. As long as they can do that, they're fine. They like peat moss and shit like that, like something like wood and sawdust and shit. Like when that shit's, they like that shit wet, and they also like the dry areas. So you mix that shit up. That's good. Chances are, like, these water plants, you want to make sure, like I said, like, they take root in these rocks. If the moss goes under the water too long, it's going to just turn into dirt and turn into this silt down here. I'll try to get the nice silt deposit. You don't want to get rid of that. Things eat that. Things live in that. If a worm can go all the way down and not drown and get down here, that'd be cool to see. Chances are there's, in this dark area, there's probably stuff living. This orange and this yellow area, that shit's clay. Like that shit's waterproof. There ain't nothing getting into there too well without it dying. I like it because like some of these fool's gold look like some gold. And broke up some stuff in there and let me get a little nice glitter. It just looks like glitter. It ain't glitter. It's just some nice ass minerals. Probably like broken bricks in houses and shit. Whatever ends up in your local creek, it's just gonna break up. Like flint rock. I'm gonna call it flint rock. Nice shiny mineral. I like this grass. I love how everything else is dead. This grass is still alive. It means it's getting some good light. The thing is, the farther back you get into the tank, it's going to die. Just decompose, because the thicker it gets, it ain't going to get no light. It's not going to live. And everything else just dies around, it's going to just grow. I'm probably going to have to add, in about a month, I'm going to have to wait until this water goes down about halfway. I'm going to just throw another piece of moss on top. I had to trim my plants so I can put a lid on top, just so he can't get out. Just a plant, it'll grow. It takes about 3 months for that whole plant to grow out of there. I'm about to chop it now before I get too attached to the plant. That's fine. You're probably gonna get attached to most things. Like, you're gonna be doing a lot of work. If you don't want to, if you're not willing to sacrifice things and watch how it works and see what eats certain things, I would not advise you to do this, because you're fucking with nature. Like, well, yeah, let me just shove this into a jar, and knowing like chances are this thing probably got caught in this and couldn't breathe, died. But that's okay, because it's just gonna become part of this dark line, and things are gonna crawl through it, eat it, which is gonna shit and become nutrients. the natural order of life, which people just don't understand. Like, things die. Things die, like this black stuff, but things also grow. You just gotta learn to relate. You just gotta really be careful with this salamander while just recording to this phone. Just, God forbid, you're like, yeah, let me just jump out and just, you don't know this shit, because I'm fast. You know, nice little school. Fucking frog, tadpole. Remember, this thing's like, my finger's like this long. He's tiny as shit. Zooming on, he's just gorgeous little animal. Look at that little worm there. He's probably trying to attack it. He's like, yo, that's dinner for me tonight. Remember, they eat, like, my best thing I noticed that they eat was probably termites. They do on termites probably the best. I'm probably gonna have to go out there in a couple hours and go out there and get some termites. Just because I noticed he ate one. Because I had an extra one that fell out, and instead of it just crawling away, and I don't want it in my house and eat the wood and the shit in the house, I'm just drop them in the tank. I've been trying to figure out how to make these videos longer. So, I mean, anybody give me more topics or ideas, that'd be pretty good. If you want to observe something inside, or you got questions where you can find these objects and give you a good idea where to find it. He's definitely trying to get that. That's why I try not to fuck with him, because he's probably hunting that for a couple hours, and you're gonna pull him out, and he's like, I'm gonna have to start all over in an awkward ass fucking environment where I'm just learning. I think it's definitely not stupid. Because if it wanted to leave, it would definitely leave. Because I had the lid open. Like, he's doing something. I'm like, yeah, let me look at my little cute little feet. Let me spin around and see what we're looking at here. It's pretty good. Nobody calls my name while I'm doing this video. Yeah. I have no idea, to be honest with you. That's alright.
Sure?
Yeah.
I really did out as much as I could.
That's fine.
What signs are you doing now?
I'm just making a YouTube video for the day.